Hello, fellow firearms enthusiast. Today we're going to go over how to disassemble and reassemble a Marlin solid frame shotgun. Marlin made the solid frame shotguns in the Model 17 and Model 26. This particular example is a Model 17S. Before we disassemble, we're going to verify that there's nothing in the chamber. So I'll pull the slide back. There's nothing in the chamber. Go over the hammer. In order to disassemble this gun, you're going to need, or disassemble and reassemble, you're going to need 3 tools. You're going to need 2 flathead screwdrivers, 1 thin blade flathead, it's going to be hard to see, and 1 thicker blade flathead, as well as a punch. The punch is going to come in handy for reassembly. To start, we're going to remove the stock retaining screw back here. Pull that out. Then you're going to remove the stock and set the stock aside. Next, you're going to disengage the hammer spring from the hammer roller on the bottom. So to do this, I'm going to pull down on the hammer spring with my fingers and pivot it off to the side out of the way. Now we're going to loosen the hammer pivot screw, which is also the rear retention screw for the trigger guard. To do that, we're going to use the thin blade screwdriver. I'm just going to loosen it out a couple of turns. Then we're going to remove the front retention screws for the trigger guard. There's one on the right hand side of the receiver and one on the left. Be careful with these screws as they are pretty small and easy to lose. There you go. If you want, after you pull the trigger guard out, you can screw them back into the front end of the trigger guard so you don't lose them. Now we're going to loosen the inertia block screw right back here. So we're going to just loosen it out a couple of turns, but not fully remove it. Now flip the receiver back over, and now we're going to finish removing the rear retention screw for the trigger guard as well as the hammer pivot screw. And pull that out, set that aside. Now you can pull off the trigger guard. That just all comes out as one piece, so you have your hammer spring and your trigger, as well as your trigger spring, which is buried right down in there. Now we can remove the hammer. You're just going to slide the hammer down and back through the receiver right there and pull it out, set it aside. Now we'll flip the receiver over and we're going to fully remove the inertia block screw. Nope. Now you'll note with this screw, it is a stepped screw. So you have a thicker part of the screw near the head, and then it steps down to a much thinner screw on the other side. Set that aside. Now we can remove the inertia block and safety hook. So we'll just slide that up and out. Be careful when you're pulling this out. That safety hook is a separate piece, and it just slides right into that cutout on the inertia block. Be careful with these flat springs, as these guns are extremely old and the flat springs can be pretty brittle, pretty fragile. So set those aside. Next, we're going to remove the screw that holds your elevator, and that's going to be this screw right here. Now on this screw, it's hard to see, but you have smooth on this end of the shaft there. Up near the head is where it's actually threaded. So that's going to be your elevator screw. Now we can pull the elevator out and set that aside. And now we're going to retract the slide and pull the bolt back. To get the bolt out, you're just going to angle it and rotate. It can be a little finicky, but you just want to rotate it out, and there we go. The bolt's out. And last but not least, you have your ejector, a shell ejector here, and we're going to pull that out so we don't lose that. That just pulls out. That also has a flat spring, so be very careful with it. And that is a disassembled receiver, so now you can clean the barrel much easier on this particular shotgun. So to reassemble it, we're going to go through that process all in reverse. So we'll start first by installing our ejector back in the receiver. Next, we're going to put the bolt back in. For this, you're going to want to make sure that the slide is back towards the rear, because there's a lug down in here that interfaces with the front part of the bolt. When you're putting the bolt in, it may have a tendency to want to pop into battery like that. If it pops into battery, you will not be able to get the bolt to properly line up and slide in. Make sure the bolt stays out of battery, and you're going to angle it in. And pivot it. This is the tricky part to do on camera. There we go. Oh, there we go. So, and you want to make sure that lug interfaces with the cutout on the front of the bolt. So now that we're in and the bolt's out of battery, now we can slide the bolt forward and don't put it all the way in battery quite yet. So next, we're going to put back in our elevator. So to do this, there is a cutout on the side of the elevator, a track where the lug that's on the inside of the bolt rides in. So you're going to line that track up, slide your elevator forward, and drop it down in the back. So now we're going to take that elevator screw, and that's the one with the smooth side towards the end and the threads up near the head. And we're going to drop that in its hole. And at this point, you need to maneuver the elevator until you feel it. You feel the screw all the way engaged like that. So now we can take our thin blade screwdriver and tighten that screw up. Now we're going to reinstall the inertia block and safety hook. When you're putting this back in the gun, make sure that the safety hook faces backwards on the inertia block. So your inertia block should have the heavy round side facing forwards in the gun, and your safety hook faces rearwards. When you go to put this in, you're going to want to note that there is a spring plunger on this other side of the inertia block. You're going to need to partially depress that as when you're sliding this in order for this to drop fully into place. So with those two pieces, we're going to slide it in, and then now I'm going to take, you can take your punch or your flathead screwdriver to depress that and finish sliding it down just to get it in there. Now is where you're going to want the punch, because the punch is where you're going to lift up on your inertia block while sliding that punch through. Sorry, this is a little bit more challenging to do on camera. Oops. Hang on. Oh, not quite. Aha, there we go. All right, so now we can slide the punch all the way through. This is holding our safety hook and the inertia block. Now we're going to take our stepped screw that we took out, and we're going to slide this in while sliding the punch back out. And then when you get to the end, you got to kind of wiggle to make sure that hook, safety hook, lines up in. You can also press down on the top of it sometimes to get that screw all the way through, but now the screw's all the way to where it's engaging the threads over there. So I'm going to finger tighten this just to hold everything in place. And that's all we're going to do for now with that. We're not going to fully tighten it. Next, we take our hammer, and we're going to set the hammer back in to the receiver. And then we're going to take our trigger guard, keeping your hammer spring pivoted off to the side. You're going to slide the trigger guard back on, and you will need to wiggle the hammer slightly to allow the rear part of the trigger guard to fall into place. So first we're going to line up the front holes of the trigger guard and replace those short little screws back in. Don't worry about the rear of the trigger guard if it's not lined up. It doesn't need to be. You just need to get the front screws in first, and then you can get the rear back in. There we go. For these screws, I like to spin them to the left first to make sure that I'm not going to cross thread. And then screw them in. Oops, yeah, we slid out a little bit. That's all right. Now we're going to flip it over and do the other side. You don't need to snug everything down quite yet. We're going to just finish getting everything in, and then you tighten the screws. So next we're going to put our hammer pivot screw as well as the rear part of the trigger guard retention screw in. So for this, now you need to line up that rear part of the trigger guard and drop the screw in. You do need to manipulate the hammer a little bit sometimes to get this to drop all the way through. There we go. And then you're going to take your thin blade screwdriver and tighten that down. And now we can tighten down all the other screws. That. We're going to tighten down our inertia block, safety block screw right here. And the front trigger guard screw, make sure that's nice and snug. Okay, next we're going to reconnect our trigger, or our hammer spring, excuse me, with the hammer. To do this, you're just going to compress the spring with your fingers and then pivot it back underneath the hammer roller. So it'll look just like that. And now you can function check everything. Before you go attempting to function check, first make sure the bolt's fully in battery. Now you can check to make sure that everything works on the hammer. So I'll pull it back. There's half cock. Hammer won't move forward. Full cock. And then you can fire. So last, we're going to reattach the stock. Just slide the stock back on the receiver. And then install the stock retention screw. Oops. And there you go. You have a fully reassembled solid frame Marlin shotgun. Thank you for watching.